Greetings, Earthlings. It is Shaboy. It's a weird, wacky, wild, wipe 'em out, wonderful Wednesday. Here we are with a little market update for you. Hope everybody is having a wonderful day. If you like what you see, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. I'm going to start off on SPX chart. You can see we are just trucking along sideways here. I got some moving averages on this chart. The 21, 50, 100, and 200. You can see we are currently above all of them. And we are trying to hold support. This could be a retest of these moving averages coming up. You can see here we came up, tried to hold it once, failure. Tried to hold it again, failure. And maybe the third time is a charm. We will see how that plays out. You can see these are squeezing together. That just shows the volatility is compressing, and I would expect to move relatively shortly, depending on your time frame. This could, by short, I mean weeks, possibly a month or two. See something happen here. So we kind of have a high and a higher high and a lower high here. Is a bit of a head and shoulders pattern. This, in order for this to be negated, this $4,200 level needs to be taken out. So that is something to keep an eye on. A little retrace today. This is ordinary market behavior. Nothing too much to worry about for Team Bull. You can see the pullback. Didn't even really hit the 236, kind of a big wick on this lower candle today. So there are some buyers out there. Hopefully this just turns out to be a bull flag and we will see some continuation. If you are on Team Bull, if you're on Team Bear, well, you want the opposite. So that's just a quick little look at the S&P. We want to keep an eye on this as it will greatly affect the Bitcoin and the cryptos. Take a look at Ether. Another update from yesterday. I'm just eyeing this $2,000 level, big psychological level. If we can get above that, that would be a big win for the crypto and the ETH. A bit of a rising wedge playing out here. See if this flips over to the downside. A little bit of volume coming in, but not too much. Slight bearish divergence on the RSI. It's very slight, but it's there, and it's at about this 65 level. So little hint of bearishness in the charts. See how this plays out. If the RSI can take out this level, that would negate that, and the bull move could be on still. Just something to keep an eye on with the ETH and the crypto market in general. ETH essentially leads all of the altcoins, so that is something to be aware of. Moving on to big bad Mr. B, Mr. Bitcoin. We are still compressing. On the one-day chart, you can see our volatility is very low. This could play out for some time, though. You can see we come down to these levels and we can stay in these little sideways patterns for quite some time. It's already been going sideways for a while, but this could just essentially move sideways for a little bit longer. Might see some extension of the range, a little higher, a little lower. And again, this falls into my VPVR theory that this little pocket could get filled in for some time. If you've been watching for a little while, I've been explaining that, but essentially there's not much price action here, so it would not surprise me to see this pocket get filled in. That'll happen if this just continues to trade sideways. All right, moving on to the next chart. This is a look at the NASDAQ. You can see I've got some channels drawn on here. Essentially, this was our downtrend, and we broke out of it. Now we're in this uptrend. We'll see if it can hold. You can see price actually came down, tested this support line the top of this channel, and we'll see if we just keep climbing up or roll over. And again, this is correlated to the SPX and the broader market in general, so we'll see how that goes. Some bearish divergence on the ADX and DI. You can see our green line is making lower highs while the price is making higher highs. Same with the wave trend oscillator. So this is one to keep an eye on, as this is the majority of the tech stocks, and the Bitcoin and the crypto tend to move with this chart. Another look at the Bitcoin. In this 4-hour chart, I got my parallel channel drawn on here. I've been showing this chart the past few days. We're in our uptrend, similar to the NASDAQ. And short term, just still sideways. Drew some trend lines on here today. Got a bit of a wedge starting to form, triangle. So just essentially tightening up. This is what the bollinger bands on the daily chart are pretty much a reflection of this pattern, just price coiling up, and would expect a break of this sometime within the next day to week, and we'll see what happens if we can hold this or we break out. Ether is given a little clue as to the break up, but anything can happen, so stay tuned. Looking at our triple RSI chart, 4 hours still making lower highs, daily making lower highs, kind of rolled over. Now that I'm looking at this, I see a bit of a descending triangle happening here, which is technically a bearish pattern. Sometimes these patterns will show up in the RSI before the price chart. It's not perfect, but it's pretty close. And these have a tendency to break to the downside. Weekly chart still ticking up. And you can see our little bear flag. Symmetry is still in play. So to summarize, just heading sideways still. Yesterday's candle was a pretty big doji. Just some indecision in there. Nobody's really winning the battle right now. Just tightening up, as is noticeable on the Bollinger Band chart. And I would expect a move relatively soon. Something's gonna happen. Dun dun dun. It's your boy, Mr. E, with your market update for weird, wild, wacky Wipe 'em Out Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe, and I will see you mañana.